What's going on, folk? In this video, I'm gonna do a few things. Do a couple little light shop updates, which is the building we're in now. Some wheels for the 180, that car over there. You're gonna like that, which you've seen me do wheels before, but we're doing some more things, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to get it right, you know what I mean? So we got that going on. I'm trying to make some more horsepower out of my Civic, which is my daily driver. And then I bought another vehicle. I know, I have way too many cars now, so yeah. Stick around, check it out, and after the intro, you already know.
DJ. The tables turned. Reel it back one time. Okay. Tony touch.
It's so tremendous.
Tony touch. Yo, I be the mic.
Life's a calculated risk with ways to get rich. My right hand always got the itch. That's when I learned life's a bitch. And things ain't been the same ever since. Fuck it, you don't like what I have to say? Suck it, wouldn't have it any other way. Mighty stealthy, family and friends healthy. The difference between being rich and being wealthy. Yeah, this is not an act. You can have your own opinions, but not your own facts. Right, power to the people. We are all created equal. Left, right, black, white, now there's no more symmetry. Hateful misery, evil runs vividly. The world's full of racist and bigotry. It was all so simple, can it be? Ever sit back, wonder, gazing into the sky? The questions, you wanna ask God why? The lessons, life goes on anyway. The blessings, you gotta live life every day. To my man Bobby Rich, God bless your life. To all my fallen soldiers, God bless your life. I get a funny feeling when I'm gazing out the glass ceiling. When does the pain pass and start healing? Cause tomorrow's not promised, and I'm stressed out to be honest. I need to chill on vacation, but I'm filled with frustration, bills and obligations. I used to wanna rob banks, now I give praise and say thanks. And there's hope for tomorrow, tears of joy drowned out the sorrow. Sometimes life's illogical, odds against you seems improbable. You gotta dodge those obstacles, you gotta do the impossible. And after that, who knows? I live my life in the loopholes. Big dick and a droop nose. The Jewish kid, they don't do those. So it goes, the ball bounces. For 48 grams, 16 ounces. Roll that shit, light that shit, smoke it. Now pass it around, yeah, toke it. I take a L to the face, cause we all make mistakes, but some learn from them, that's the difference. Cause life can change in an instant. You gotta treasure your existence. You gotta live with some significance. See a sucker from a mile away. Have a nice day.
And we still having this shit, and I ain't glorifying it either. Let's go. She want the info. She do. I wanna talk about crypto. I'm tryna lead that boy bloody. Ooh. Like Brian when he threw that elbow. Bruh. Street sticky, cup muddy. Mud. Closet looking like Rodeo. Come look. 20 chickens in the kitchen. They all bad. It was just me and Rocato. Let's get it. He missing, sent him on a mission. My fingers itching cause of binges. Ain't pulled up dirty in a minute. Drink. Don't worry about it, mind your business. The fuck is you? Serving OG like it's Wendy's. OG, I'm in they mouth, no dentist. Dr. Lee, give a fuck about the image. Oh what? When we see them boys, we scrimmage. Run. Bean, bite, bussin'. Damn. Beat bite, bustin', that's cold. That's froze. Any, many, money, which hoe? Which one? Which flow did the pretty bitch go? Where? I got some, but I really want more. Any weather, I'ma shine. Any weather, I'ma glow. It don't matter, I'ma shine. We run the globe. Step on that board without using my toe.
learn from me. Let me hit it from the back, gon' turn from me. You in the info. I treat the bitch like a rental. Wallet is filled up with crypto.
Let's go. She want the info. She do. I wanna talk about crypto. I'm tryna lead that boy bloody. Like Brian when he threw that elbow. Street sticky, cup muddy. Mud. Closet looking like Rodeo. Come look. 20 chickens in the kitchen. They all bad. It was just me and Rocato. Let's get it.
Yeah. Juice is eating ice cream with lots of caramel. I just had a ice cream sandwich, M&M's on the Eminem beat. Ironically, yeah. 3 years. Okay, I'm the type to come in the game and just launch pain with a bronze frame and a tattoo of my mom's name. This industry has nothing to offer beyond fame. Time to take these niggas to school, LeBron James. Lesson 1, I'm a bad teacher who gave the class seizures. Smash divas, stash reefer in the lab freezer. I found a reefer Corday stash in the back of the lab, so I'm in class smoking gas, slapping the class preacher. Bring the house down to you hoes, Queen Latifah. I'm too fast, getting this cash, getting away, get your brain bashed. Chopper gon' smash, hitting your face. I'ma tie up just like a shoe, my flow lace. Y'all niggas so fake, wash your face in my showcase. Fresher than Colgate, make hoes wait, I hold weight. Bottle of rose in a rose, driving with road rage for 10 days off Xans, just trying to get paid. And since the 6th grade, I've been great, no sensei. My rent paid for 10 days, cause my pen's great. I smoke 10 J's with 2 hoes that go both ways. Funny how 2 + 2 equals 4 play. Speaking of foreplay, had that shit in the hallway with another on a Sunday. I guess I'm just too blessed. Me and my nigga Juice WRLD taking over the universe. You knew it first, got my mom Chanel with the newest purse. Birkin bag, never heard the act. What type of purse is that? Something that's very fucking expensive, I deserve to brag. I murder track. This isn't mumble, it's murder rap. Type of shit your grandma understand with an old ass. Spend $500,000 and go back and make some more cash. The head trigger Brazilian, you would get. See what you know about my life and my trouble past. Took the shuttle pass, hit the mall, I got double cash. Cop the duffel bag, 10 bands on my fucking ass. That's a subtle brag. High level, we be making moves, hit the huddle fast. Break the huddle, get a sack, that's a fumble on the play. Not in my house, he look like Mutombo in the face. Leave him spinning like a funnel cloud with lightning and some thunder like the Wizard of Oz. The way we carry him away. Carry him, then bury him, barbarian. Beef with anybody, even if you vegetarian. My flow on a bowler, your flow just need clarity. Running laps around these chops, it's embarrassing.
Big L, Coleon, my nigga C-Town. My big brother, Big Lee, holding it down. Flamboyant, baby, for life. We taking over. No doubt. Coming to a theater near you. Check it out. Come on, check it. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. Better watch me round your girl if you ain't fucking her right. You damn player haters never wanna see me blow. Flamboyant Entertainment, CEO. Yo, the spotlight is mine, it ain't his no more. When Lee come home, niggas can't live no more. And I'm straight, keep a Harlem World mind state. I never lounge where you find Jake. Surprise niggas like a blind date. L rhyme great, and I'ma increase the crime rate for old time's sake. Run with me and I'ma make you a star. When me and my crew hit the clubs, we go straight to the bar. Leave them empty. I cruise through Harlem in the M3.
All right, so check me out. First of all, I got my tea with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do some things. So, how do I put this? So you've seen me put on these wheels before on this car, right? But the thing is this car here, these tires don't really fit the wheel well. Didn't fit the fender arch very well because the fender arches are pulled, but on the inside it had that thick lip that I cut out that you watched me cut. And the other issue with these tires is that they are a 40 series sidewall. Hold on a second here. I know, weird. It is a 40 series sidewall tire, so shorty thick, you know what I'm saying? And being that it's so tall, and where we need clearance for everything, I need to go down to a 35 series tire, which I have, but as I've discovered, after you watch the burnout video, these fuckers leak really, really fast. The front wheels, which are actually originally the rears, but these are now designated as fronts because they're bigger, and we take the front wheels, turn them into rear wheels. Those wheels leaked out in like a couple hours. Like literally, they're dead flat in a couple hours. These ones are still kind of holding air, still need to have air put in them, but you know, whatever. So I have to take these wheels apart. I have to rebuild them entirely, but it's okay because I have to rebuild those anyways because I'm gonna put bigger lips on them. And these wheels I have to rebuild anyways also because they leak, and I have new valve stems for all these. So I gotta replace them all, do all that kind of cool shit. Now, with all that stuff, this 40 series tire, when I cut the wheel, it hits the skirt, hits the fender, it's not gonna work. I still need to move the caster of the wheel forward a little bit too on both sides. And that's kind of the more difficult part for this car at the moment, is doing caster on both wheels. There's something different between the left side and the right side. So doing the caster, one tension arm is already shorter than the other one, like by a lot. So like, I don't know how much more caster I can get, but I have to make sure that each side is equal length, and I'm pretty sure they're pretty damn close, but I know that like they're not like dead even, you know what I mean? So like, to make them like 100% dialed in, it's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass, because anytime you're trying to like do the distance between this wheel and that wheel on a car that has thick hips, so this wheel's pushed out more than this one and this kind of stuff, it kind of makes it more difficult sometimes. In some cases it could be a little bit easier because the wheels push out, so I could probably go from like front lip to, you know, lip to lip on the outsides. But when you do this, the diameter of the wheel, it's hard to line up where dead square is, you know what I mean? Obviously there's ways to do it. If I just measure the wheel in a cross pattern, it'll give me, you know, the center of the wheel, and it should give me, you know, whatever else. But, you know, you can always mess that up. Not that Tilo, Wody. Anyways, so this car, I measured the wheels on the R32, which are the black wheels here. And the reason is the black wheels on 32, they were built a long time ago, and those wheels used to be on my black S13. I'll try to find a photo of the car with the wheels on it and put it in here. There's a good chance that I'm not gonna find it because I don't know why, I just never took a lot of photos of that car, or maybe just in general. So like, I kind of missing some stuff for that car, for, you know what I'm saying? So these wheels were originally on my black S13. They're on this car now. And when I first put these wheels on, I remember that I had to change my quarter panels because they wouldn't fit, because they're wider than the wheels that I had before. This car has a little bit more camber in it, so these wheels kind of fit. But as we see here, I was driving the car and I didn't have the quarter panel pushed out far enough. And unfortunately, I didn't realize it. But while driving, the wheel, as you can see, the little nice silvery stripe, the wheel rubbed and ate this up a little bit, you know. Not the end of the world, but now I'm gonna have to like clean this arch back up and kind of fix that a little bit. Kind of sucks, but the inside of the wheels are also touching the chassis a little bit, and I've tried to hammer it out a little bit. That was a problem I had with these wheels. They were wider than the wide by too much, and on the inside they kept touching the inside of the chassis more versus the wheels that I had before. Again, my black S13, not this one. So a little bit of camber is gonna go a long way for this setup, because I'm gonna stick with these quarter panels. I really like them a lot. The other quarter panels I had were in the black car. My old S13 was, what do they call them? Spirit Ray quarter panels. I like those too. Those are pretty cool. They got a good shape to them. What I don't like is like the body line, because the body line has like little swoop in it, but you know, you gotta, I don't know, you gotta pick and choose the battles for little shit, you know what I mean? The front wheels, we rocking. You know what I'm saying? Like, we rocking. Like, this shit's tight. Like, I'm so pumped that like I have no wheel spacer at all. It's super close to the brake caliper. It's hard for you to see. Maybe, yeah, see like the chrome. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be hard for you to see that, but I'm super pumped about the fact this bolts right on. It clears the brake caliper. I don't have to do shit. As I was really worried, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to put like a 25 mil spacer, put the wheels on. Because my R32, that's how that car is. The face, these are the same wheels. These wheels right here and here. These are just a black version. These are the chrome version. This car, the back of the pad is a little bit shorter, and it's enough for it to not allow me to, how do I put it? I have to run a spacer to clear the brake caliper. Like there's no getting around that factor. So like I have to run it. And you know, it's unfortunate. You can't really see, but it's unfortunate, but it kind of pushes the wheels out even further. It makes the car look cool. You know what I mean? So I'm not like upset, like, oh no, my car's looking cool, darn, oh man. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's that, but you know, whatever, here we are, right? So yeah, anyways, these are working, these are rocking. I have 0 turning radius right now because of the tires, but this weekend maybe, there's a chance I'm gonna take these apart, reseal them. I may wait on it. I may just leave this setup on it for now. I'm not like drifting the car, like getting rowdy in it besides like doing pulls in the street or, you know, burnouts like the video. So like if I leave this like this, I need to do some more alignment adjusting more than putting tires on. Because if I fuck up these tires are already not that great anyway, so it's not a big deal. But if I can just finish fucking up like these tires or whatever, get my alignment more dialed in, more correct, because that's going to be the wheel, the setup that's going to be on, not the monoblocks that I've had on the car this whole time. And I ain't gonna front. Having these wheels on the car makes the car look super sick, and I do not want to put the monoblocks back on the car. It's not that the car looks bad on monoblocks, but like, this car's not even painted, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's red, it's white, it's fucking green, you know what I mean? Like, it's 3 fucking colors and shit, and the black bumper, so 4 colors. But it's just like, how do I put it? Man, this shit looks tough. You know, I'm like, it's tough as fuck. And not that I couldn't make the monoblocks look tough. It's just that they'd have to be powder coated some kind of different color. I would have to set the stance of the car up for the monoblocks to be more aggressive, to fit everything better and look, you know, overall, you know, nicer. Definitely have to run spacers in the front, like no question about that. Or just pull the camber out some a little bit, like whatever the case is. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of pumped on that shit, right? So yeah, got some work ahead of me. I'm gonna order some lips for these wheels here soon. Not exactly cheap. And another reason I was measuring the lips off of this is because, well, I clicked the button. The reason I was measuring these lips is because I need to go a 1/2 inch shorter. I don't wanna be on this edge here. And this wheel runs a 295 tire. I can't run a 285. I want to run a 285 3018 stretched. And the reason for that is one, I have more availability than the 285s usually. And the 295 tire height wise is like so big. And like with a 40 series front tire, I feel like that vibe matches the 295, like, cause it's so much taller. But the 235 front series tire in the front is going to be so thin and so small, which is what's on the monoblock wheels. It's like, it makes the front wheel look small and the big wheel look tall. You know what I mean? I personally have a 0 fan of fucking staggered wheels that are staggered size, like a 17-18 or 18-19 split. Some car, I mean, you know, 240s pull it off, S chassis pull it off and everything. I personally am not a fan of that at all. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of cars factory, Corvettes, Porsches, shit like that come factory those splits, but like, I'm still just not a fan. Like on those cars, it makes sense because it looks proper, because it looks normal. You know what I mean? But like, I like to have, if I have 18s in the front, then I have 18s in the back. You know what I mean? And like, I want it to look a little bit more proportional. You know what I mean? So one pet peeve, I hate pointing this out, but I guess I'm gonna have to. So a pet peeve I've always had about these wheels is the back dish, right? That's a thick girl, you know what I mean? It's big, I like that, right? The dish on this front wheel, it's not very big. This almost looks like a front wheel drive offset in comparison, right? Like this wheel on a front wheel drive Honda or some shit is like massive. But like for this type of car, I literally need like a 1/2 inch more lip because I need the dish to not be so far different. I'm kind of weird about that stuff. Some guys don't care, some guys do. I feel personally that like your front lip ratio to rear lip ratio they need to be different obviously, but how do I put this? I feel like there's like a size variation. I think this is the perfect size lip for the front, and that's exactly the size that one should be. So I'm going to take these apart and buy new lips for this too, and add a 1/2 inch more lip. That's why I was measuring how long it is from there and this one, so I can get an idea of how everything is between these two also, because that's perfect front for me lip wise, considering like that's gonna be the rear dish, you know what I'm saying? So that's like it's just one of those things, right? And like this lip is smaller than that lip. It might not look like it, but you know, when you measure it out, that's like way smaller than that one. And that's kind of like, how do I put it? That's like the general niche, right? That's like the general shit. So yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at with that shit. Like I'm super pumped. I really don't want to take those wheels off. I do want to take this car to the drag strip really bad. Like I have to pull the bike with I'd have to pull the skirts and rear bumper off and probably the front bumper, which I wouldn't want to take the front bumper off because the fucking speed bumps at OSW. Yeah, I'd be worried, but I really want to take this car to the drag strip. So it might go like no front bumper, no skirts, no rear bumper, just pull up and then just see what I can run. I'm hoping this car to run a 12 anything. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Just if it goes 12, I'm impressed. I'm thinking it's cool. I think it's got it in it. It moves pretty good. It drives really nice. Now that the boost is turned up and everything's cool. If you haven't seen like some of those videos, you can go back and check it out for yourself. Hold on. No idea why I'm squinting my eyes when I'm fucking drinking tea. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that car. It looked good. I don't want to, but I might do some wheel finessing and do the same size dish I have in the back of the car now, because in chrome that shit would fucking hit. I wish I could stretch a 285 on there. Like if a 285 could stretch on that fucking wheel, I would just do it, but they fucking don't. The 295s that are on there back there, I remember the day I got the wheels and I put 295s on there. I had the wheels at 100 PSI and I WD-40'd the bead lips, and I put the wheels in the sun because they wouldn't pop on the fucking bead. Like that's pretty insane. I left them in the sun, and every few hours I kept coming back and just WD-40'ing this shit to lube it up. And eventually like one tire slipped on and I'm like, okay, cool. And the other one just fucking wouldn't. And I mean, don't get me wrong, those Sumitomo tires, those are really good tires on there. Fuck, they've been lasting a long time and working really well. So there's a good tire back there, but I just don't like how big the 295 is. I'm saying personal preference. It's not like it looks bad. I just don't prefer that look. You know what I mean? Just like how I don't prefer a 225 4018, I prefer a 225 3518. I don't like that mohawk look. I don't like the front tires the way they look on the front of the R32, but if I want a cooler performance tire, that's the only size they make them in. They don't make them in 35 series, because if they did, I'd fucking buy it and put it on there and get rid of those real quick. You know what I'm saying? So as we talk about this more, put my tea down. Civic. Now I'm gonna go over this brief. Cold air intake in the Civic. This should be, generally speaking, more power, but being that this is a 2-liter and not a 1.6, I kind of feel like this is not really doing the fucking gig justice, like at all. Man, what is going on with this shit? Yeah, anyways, I don't feel like the intake is really doing it justice. I drove the car, I ripped on it. It does not feel faster, straight up. And it's weird because when you have the whale dick intake, right? They are known to make the least amount of horsepower, period. But what's weird is this car, this setup, this whatever, maybe it's because of the headers or whatever the case is, but when I floor it, the car accelerates, it pops VTEC, it starts to accelerate a little bit faster, and then around 6,800, the the speed of the tach starts to wrap even more. It starts to pick up speed even better in the last like 1300 RPM. It starts to go even more. And I don't know if the motor's asking for more or if I got no fucking idea, to be completely honest. But like, it didn't feel fast. It felt like I was going slower. My throttle response is definitely less because it has to go through a longer tube. Okay, whatever. But like, I know that like dyno proven results prove that cold air intakes make more power, partially because of where they're located, but when you're on a dyno, you're obviously not fucking going anywhere. But they say that, especially for the Hondas, it's the air speed in which is going into the engine. So having the air speed, you get more velocity getting thrown into the motor. That's why they make more power up top. And suppose they make more torque down low, but from what I can feel driving, it doesn't feel faster. It almost feels slower. So either the power band is now just smoother across the board, and that's why I don't feel that it's faster, and maybe it is, or this fucking intake sucks. And it's not the intake's fault. It's just designed to be around a B16, not a B20 VTEC. You know what I mean? Couldn't really tell you, but maybe the intake needs to be 3 inches instead of, I think it's 2 3/4, or like in between 2 3/4 and like 3 inch. Like it's like a special size. I don't know. I've literally watched like videos. I watched a video of a guy who does like some really, really good research, and he doesn't like do research. He is the fucking research. You know what I'm saying? I forget what country he's in, but he's got huge Honda development, and he shows you dyno proven results on a Type R motor that like the wheel dick intake makes the least horsepower, a short ram makes more power, a standard eBay short ram for like $30 would make more power, minus the cheap filter. But like that makes more power, and then the cold air makes the most power. Now again, he could have had a full 3-inch cold air. It's hard to tell on camera. They didn't say what size, you know what I'm saying? Like a bunch of variables. But my issue is, now this is a crazy problem. I know I'm kind of going on. Cold air intake. I yanked the wire out of the plug here. Man, are we not like focusing here? There we go. Yeah, I accidentally yanked the wire out of my plug for my intake temperature sensor. So I cut it. I went to the other Civic, cut it off, spliced it back in. Cool, just quick fix. Plug this in. It's nice. It actually fits in here really fucking good. So that's cool. Did that shit, and then what happened? We did this. I put my, whatever you call that, my ignition coil back in the corner where it was before, and that's all I did, right? On my drive to work in the morning, now mind you, I drive the car, ripped it in the video, drove around town, ripped it up some more, and during one of my pulls, I could feel the car sputter a touch here and there, like just like a little bit, right? And I thought that was kind of strange, but it only did it once. And then after one of my pulls I did, the check engine light came on for a second when I let off the gas, and like, no big deal, car still drove, okay, cool, whatever. The weird thing is the car still ripped, it still drove, still did whatever, did his thing, cool. And then next morning, I went to work. Mind you, if you follow my Instagram, you already know this car fucking died on me on the way to work at 4 a.m. And car dies randomly out of nowhere, and I'm like, okay, that's fucking weird. Pull over, get a ride home, have to get my truck, my trailer, fucking load those cars together, go all the way back to where my car is, load the car on the fucking trailer. I was super mean to the car. I had to come along and like some tow straps, and I'm just like, fuck, I'm gonna be coming along the fucking car. I gotta get to work. And I'm like, fuck it. So I put the car in gear and used the starter to pull the car up on the trailer. Super mean in the starter, super mean electric system. I was like, what the fuck's going on with the car? It makes no sense. I've never had a problem. And come home later in the day, as you're watching the video, I find a fuse that's bad. Now, here's the scary part. First thing I did is I sprayed carb cleaner in the intake manifold and tried to fire up the car. That was for me to determine I have a fuel issue or I have a computer issue. Sprayed carb cleaner in the intake manifold, nothing. The car would not start at all, which is pretty fucking weird considering that's, whatever. I found that fuse popped. As soon as I replaced the fuse, car fired right up. And I'm like, huh, that's kind of weird. And it had me scared because I'm like, oh shit, I think I just fucking toasted the computer. The fuse that went bad is like a fuel injection. It says like EFI or FI or some shit. And I replaced the fuse. I'm like, you know, it kind of looks old, I guess. I don't know, you know, whatever. Replaced the fuse, same thing again. Drove the car on the fucking town, ripped on it, beat on it. No fucking issues, no fucking problems. Everything's fucking good. Whatever. Next day, driving to work. That's today. Motherfucker, the car dies literally in the exact same spot as the day before. And I'm like, you have to be shitting me. And tell my boss again, hey boss, sorry for starting the new year, late to work again, but I'm gonna be late to work, don't worry. I'm fixing the car on the side of the road, I'll be to work, only a little bit late, no big deal. So that sucks. Drove the car back home, and on the way home, it popped the fuse again, put a bigger fuse in it to get the rest of the way home, and as I was pulling in the garage, it started flashing the check engine light and getting funny because it tried to pop the fuse again or some shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So I have no idea what's doing that. Now, in the normal world, when you do modifications and you have a new problem, you go back to your old modifications you had just done and you go, okay, where did I go wrong? Let's be realistic here. A fucking intake, a cold air intake, it should be zero issue. Okay, 1, kind of weird. 2, the plug that I stripped a little bit. I cut off the ends, plugged it back in, no fucking difference. So there should be absolutely nothing, not even the slightest issue. Okay, let's just say that plug is fucking connected together and it's grounded out. Even then, it shouldn't pop that fuse. That makes no sense. The colder intake popping makes no sense. Potentially, the coil here, maybe I moved it, maybe it's touching something now, and it's like back feeding somehow. I could see that being a potential issue, but to be completely honest with you, also doesn't make sense. So I'm kind of at this strange standstill in the car where I don't understand what the fuck happened. Now, of course, I Googled some shit, and potentially there's a relay issue, and the relay is doing some funky shit, but usually in the Hondas, when you have a relay problem, them fuckers don't start. And you're banging on the dash to shake them loose, and they kind of wake up and they start the car and you're just driving, everything's working like no problem. It could be the relay still, because when I looked up some shit, someone had a similar problem, kept popping the fuse, and a bunch of funky ass shit happened, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So there's a potential it needs a relay. I don't know, we'll see. But what I do know is one, there's a little rabbit in my fucking yard. I'm gonna show you, hold on. Oh, he gone. I lied. No, hold on. Look, where he go? Look at that little tail right there. Damn, it's hard to see him, I know. All right. So anyways, but man, I tell you, like, this is fucking wild, because like the car's given me really strange problems. And as I've owned the car, I haven't even owned that car a whole year yet. And as I've been working on the car more and more, I've been replacing parts and doing this and doing that and trying to solve a bunch of problems, because there's a lot of fucking ghetto shit. And there's a lot of things I don't like about, you know, the setup the way it is. So it's like, I kind of have to keep repairing and fixing and trying and doing whatever. The cars are 30 years old. It's understandable. Rabbit, are you making all these holes in here? Is that you? You better chill, you know what I'm saying? But I find it kind of strange. We'll see. You know what I mean? Only time will tell. Now, if you watch my previous video, you can see it behind me. If you watch my previous video, or maybe it's the video before, I can't remember which, and I introduced to you my new Buick Regal, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to do a Grand National clone, but I'm trying to go V8 because, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to be spicy, right? So I got this car going, and I'm sure I talked a lot about how much I fucking love G-bodies, and I think they're some of like the coolest cars, and the Regal's my favorite one out of all of them, whatever, and I want to do a V8. And if you also remember, I have a 5.3 LS Gen 3 motor with, you know, a bunch of random work done to it, and a carburetor set up, and, you know, okay, whatever, boom. But if you remember correctly, I laid out 3 options. I continue on with the carbureted version of the 5.3, which I kind of like the idea of a lot, to be honest, because we're talking no tuning, It's got a carburetor on there. You just tune the carburetor, dial it in, dial in the jets a little bit kind of thing. And I think that's actually a really, really fucking cool option. I still kind of want a carbureted car. So I was kind of pumped on that. But then like I started doing the math. Built transmission, get it. It's still built, so it's a good transmission. Buy once, cry once type of thing, right? A cheap built transmission, turbo 400 is like $2,500 bucks, $2,700 bucks, something like that. So it's a good deal. And I still have to buy a converter, and then, you know, et cetera, et cetera. You know, if you're gonna buy a converter because you have a cam, you know, buy a converter that's gonna hold the power because you're gonna turbo later, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. It kind of snowballs from that point forward, right? But you're gonna have to buy those things anyways, so you know what I get, where I get it. Another option I had was doing a 454 swap. I really like that idea because I think a high compression fucking big block fucking chopping is a nasty fucking bitch. I think that's really fucking cool. I know I'm an import guy, but I still like some fucking clapping ass cars that are fucking sick. My last option, which was also at the top of my list, was this. Buying a Chevy 2500 that already has a 6-liter in it. And with this entire truck is going to go into the Regal. So the idea was as cheap as humanly possible, and not necessarily just cheap, but like cost effective and efficient, right? With the Regal, with the 5.3 swap, I would have had to buy a carburetor and the MST box to convert it. So that's $1,000 right there, right? For a decent 750 carburetor, and the computer program is $500, which is really, really good deal, honestly. For $1,000, like for $1,000, like in a battery and some gas, you could fire the thing up on the stand. That's fucking sick. I like that a lot. But this option is better. This truck I paid $2,000 delivered for. She got some miles. Obviously, she's a fucking work truck. She's fucking beat to shit. But this is a 6-liter with a 6-speed transmission behind it. Now that's rocking all on its own. It's got a 6L80 or 6L90 in it. I can't tell. I gotta look up the RPO codes to figure out which one it's got in it, but it doesn't fucking matter. It's got an HD transmission and it's a 6-speed, which is fucking cool. And it has an engine, a transmission, a harness, a computer. Everything I need is in this vehicle. I just need to put it in the other vehicle. So technically here, besides a fuel pump, engine mounts, and a drive shaft, I should be able to take that out of that truck, all the wiring, all the harnessing, and put it into my Regal and fire that thing up. You know what I mean? And let's be realistic here. I'm gonna put a cam in the motor, you know what I'm saying? I gotta put a cam in there, and then I wanna reseal the engine and reseal the transmission, you know, I wanna do those things. So it's not like it's gonna drop in right away. But this is a running and driving truck. This fucking truck works. I can fire it up right fucking now. That's how I got it back here. I did a small burnout by accident because the grass was wet, and I was trying to move it back here. And another reason I like this option too is if you see that thick boy right there, and I'm 24, shawty, that truck is the same generation as this truck. They are both 2011s, so that means that's a Gen 4 6-liter in this truck. That's the best fucking LS you can get. Well, best truck motor you can get is anything Gen 4. So there's a Gen 4, and that's got the same 823 heads, which are LS3 heads or whatever it is that this truck has. So like, this is a bad bitch for cheap as shit. You know what I mean? So like, I love that. Plus, like I said before in the other video, the other good thing about this is this is a work truck, and so is my dually. My dually is a work truck too. So like, now I share parts. If my dually needs a control arm, that's a big bird. If I need a, I don't know, like the rear end will go right in my dually. If I needed fan shroud, radiator, I needed a, I don't know, fuse box, you know what I'm saying? Like a blower motor, a fucking whatever, like here it is. Like it's right fucking here. So instead of having to go to the junkyard and buy this and buy that, or go on eBay and buy this shit, there's a fucking parts truck sitting right here. I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't want it. And I had even crazier thoughts of, after pulling this swap out, fucking seeing if someone had a super cheap Cummins 12 valve swap, the one that takes like 2 wires to start and run, stick that in there and just stick it on Marketplace and just let it fucking go. But that's a fucking pipe dream and a half. However, realistically speaking, if I sell my 5.3, which is gonna be for sale now, and it sells for close to what I paid for this truck, that means I now have the money to buy everything I need for this engine, for this swap, to try to put it in the car. You know, plus some, of course, but try to make my money back on buying the truck. So if I sell the 5.3 for almost what I paid for the truck, it's like for less than $4,000, I bought a Regal and a running driving 2500 Chevy. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, I don't know how you put it. There's a lot of, like, you know, frugalness, but like, I don't know. I like to think that's called big brain shit, just because, like, if you adapt and you figure out kind of like this and that type shit, you know what I'm saying? Cool. And another thing too is the Regal, my plans for this car also, I love the idea of the carbureted shit, because the carburetor, it takes it back. I ain't got to worry about fucking nothing. 2 pumps, hit it, fucking ride. You know what I'm saying? I really, really like that. If I could do that for the 6-liter and run the 6L80 transmission, I would do that conversion. I just take the manifold off of there, put it on this shit, cool, I'm fucking riding. Like, that would be so sick. But I need the computer in order to do that stuff, right? So, whatever. Here, you know, I know I'm talking a lot, but this old girl, I want to do a couple things before I even put a motor in here. You know, I'm going to buy a new fucking steering box. Does it need one? I have no idea, but I would rather not have to find out when there's fucking, the shit's wide open. I'm pretty sure these things are like $100. They're fucking cheap. So like, I want to replace the steering box and a couple little things, you know what I'm saying, to kind of get it going. So that way, before I put the motor back in, it's easier. Life's easier. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with all this shit. I also have a thought in my head of taking, or attempting, we'll see. We'll see how far it goes, but behind the dashboard in here is the blower motor. No, I lied. The AC in this shit in this car is all gone, all missing, because they goes here where this big ass block off plate is. I was considering taking out the blower motor and the assembly out of the truck, and if I could strip behind the dashboard in this car and get it to retrofit inside, I can just run some of the AC lines potentially from the dashboard out of there, or buy a hot rod AC kit of some kind. And like, essentially I could have all the dials, gauge cluster, all the dials, the fucking radio even potentially, I mean, not that it matters, but all those things from the truck in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, technically speaking, I could take the entire harness out of this car and take the entire harness out of the truck and put it in this car, and like, essentially it would be in here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to go that far. I'm trying to put the engine harness from the truck in here and get it to be standalone on the key and kind of work, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case is. But just kind of like food for thought. Like, I could run the gauge cluster from the truck in here. Yeah, it's not sexy, and I get it, you know what I'm saying, but technically speaking, I could potentially still use the OBD2 port, and then I could still use a gauge cluster that'll read, you know, tach signal. It should read engine temperature, oil pressure, the speedo would still work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all those things would work. The fuel gauge wouldn't work unless I try to figure out the resistance between whatever factory is back there, or, you know, when it have to go EFI, so I have to switch the fuel pump hanger assembly anyways. So it's like, it has a potential of, you know what I'm saying? Like, the possibilities are just like, I don't know how to put it, like, there's possibilities with the possibilities, you know what I mean? I don't know where I'm going to go with all these things or what I'm going to do and all this bullshit just yet, but I know I'm going to try to keep things as simple as possible. I don't want this to be a fucking dream. So like, the idea is the full harness comes out of that truck, make the harness somehow stand alone and still function to work the engine and transmission as it should. I may have to take the column selector from the truck to put in the Regal, retrofit it somehow, or some kind of something. There's a chance I may have to do that. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I don't know that there's a cable connected to the shift column in the truck to the transmission. For all I know, you just pull it down in drive and the sensor senses, hey, you're in drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no more cables anymore. I haven't really looked at my truck like that. I haven't seen any cables either. Also, I'm not looking, so I'm not really sure. So I hope you guys are still watching. Probably not, but that's okay. So that's kind of like the plans I've got going on, kind of the cool shit. I can't believe I bought another fucking vehicle. It just, the energy for the Regal right now is just, it's there. So it's like, I'm taking it. I'm fully broke now, which is cool, but you know, I spent my whole paycheck buying that fucking truck, and I didn't really need to just yet, but like the deal popped up and like everything lined up, and I'm like, I can't stop the wave. If the wave is rolling, I just gotta fucking do it. You know what I mean? And when I was building my R35, my black one, that car, it kind of had a similar effect. Like I was super broke building that car for like a few years, and it's the same kind of thing. Like sometimes I would buy a part and I'd be like, oh, I finally got this fucking part, fuck yeah. And then like I would be broke, have like a little bit of money, and another part would roll in. I'm like, fuck, the deal is too good. I have to figure out how to get it. And I would sell some shit, or you know, borrow money from like a friend of mine, or whatever the case is, to like make sure I get this fucking part. You know what I mean? So it's like, if it's rolling, it's fucking rolling. And like that car, I don't want the fucking train to stop. I know the brakes are gonna have to get pushed at some point, because I can't just go spending crazy money on this car. However, if everything kind of works out, then we just gonna keep rolling. You know what I mean? A lot of cars need that attention. My S13 needs attention, because I gotta do the wheels for that thing. I got some, oh fuck, I gotta do tires too. I have wheels, and I have to rebuild the wheels, do the tires, and kind of do that kind of shit for that car, and a couple other things like that. You know what I mean? So like, there's work there to be done, and yeah, there's just so much shit. You know what I mean? But like, when the S13 train was rolling, I was just like buying parts and like putting it in, buying parts, putting it in. Like now the cars are running, driving cars so far proven. It rips, it gets down. It's fun to drive. I enjoy it. Boom, cool, whatever. But like right now, the energy for the Regal, like I said, the wave is rolling, so I'm fucking riding the wave. You know what I mean? As soon as the wave stops rolling for that car, I'll back off that car, because I kind of want to do other shit. That car is kind of more, that car was supposed to be a back burner over the year, right? But like I said, because things are rolling, it's like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, take it right now. If it's going right now, I'm taking it right now. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I really hope you guys are watching. Probably not. Like I said before, I'm done talking. I talk to you guys a lot. I know. If you guys are familiar with my videos, you know I talk a lot. I like to explain what's going on, what I'm doing, what you watched, why I did some of the things I did when you watched. You know what I'm saying? I don't explain a lot during the videos when you're watching them, because typing in text is kind of stupid. I like to have some music going on. I like to show you some cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm going to try to get better about doing more things outside of my garage. It's not my garage. And I'm going to try to get better about also taking you along for like car rides when I do shit. It's hard sometimes, because like I'm testing something real quick, and like, oh, I'm gonna go test on the street, come back, okay, it didn't work, or it did work, and like take the camera, set it up, and do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of work, and like I just want to see if it works, and if it does, then like, okay, I'll take a video later, but then I forget to do that too. You know what I mean? So yeah. So anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Just remember, in life, always stay sucker free. You know what I'm saying? Boom.